What's going on, everyone? Mike Rondo in the Shed of Solitude. It's a rainy day, and it's a perfect day for the shed to do a video. And so that's what we're doing. Today we're doing the Sutliff custard, vanilla custard cream, which I'm not a fan of both. I'm not a big custard pie vanilla fan, but we'll give this a shot. So this is the second time I've tried to film this because I screwed up a lot of things. I forgot my lighter. I forgot my pipe. A few other things I forgot, but so let me give you the bag note, which I say like that Play-Doh note that I've mentioned before, especially with the Boswell blends. There's like that little, anytime there's like a Cavendish, it seems like there's that little, and they top it with something. It seems like there's like a Play-Doh note, but this isn't that strong. Like, it doesn't remind me of it. It's a little bit of that, but it's more, maybe a little bit of cocoa, maybe. It leaves it's actually pretty good moisture, I think. It gives you a little bit of a film. I don't know if you can see that on my hands. There's a little bit of a film because they've topped it with vanilla, I believe. So let's just get into it here for the 100th time for what I'm trying to do this video. But today we're smoking in my Savinelli bamboo pipe, which is a pipe that has not been on this show or channel in probably a year, maybe even more. It has been a while, but I know I went downstairs before I came out here, and I was like, well, let me see my pipes. Because, you know, I have a pipe that I call the Bruno, which is my Savinelli 320. I'm going to be doing that review soon. So I wanted to bring it in the shed, and while I was doing that, I was like, oh, when I do the St. Bruno pipe review, I'm going to use that pipe. But anyway, so I was like, oh, let me grab the bamboo pipe. There's another pipe I brought out here. You know, ever since my dog died, the basement, my old podcast studio, we ripped out the carpet. Things have moved around. It's been a disaster. So I haven't really been down there. But it's been a while since I've smoked out of this pipe, and this is a really good pipe. Do you ever do that? You like just forget what pipes you have, and then all of a sudden you go downstairs or wherever, and you're like, oh, I forgot how good that one was. So look for that review, St. Bruno, probably maybe in a couple weeks. We'll see. I know I'm waiting on my other tobacco to come in. Should be in soon. I'll do the first light with my Army pipe that I got from Peterson. Looking forward to that. You may hear the fan. It's circulating a little bit of the air in here. I got the windows open, actually. Just it's a bit humid in here, but the good thing is I have my light, my key light that I bought. And, of course, I got the light on the camera, which might die, so if it turns dark, that's why that light's just going to, it's battery powered. It's going to die at some point. So I use the key light because the lights up here that I have, the floodlight, no, they're not floodlights, they're like track lighting from the 90s there. That was a big thing back in the day, or even the 80s, late 80s, 90s. And they get very hot. And that's not a bad thing in the winter when you're out here, because it maybe warms up the shed maybe 3 to 5 degrees, which is a lot in the winter when you're trying to have heat in here, I can tell you that. Man, I forgot how good this pipe is. I mean, it was a really comfortable pipe to smoke. Hanging off like this. It's not heavy. It's a really good pipe. If you can find one, go get one. I like this pipe, and I forgot how good it was. But so far, I would say this is maybe sweet. I wouldn't say vanilla. Right there, a little bit of vanilla. Okay. It's getting more vanilla-like. I like the smoke. It's good smokiness. Of course, getting a lot of flooding in New England, especially in Vermont. My dad had a place up there not too long ago. That's all flooded up there. Rhode Island, not too bad. We've had some highways that get over flooded when we get rain these days because they're doing construction all the time here in Rhode Island on the road, so that gets flooded. But nothing too bad. We got a flood watch, I think, till 2 in the morning, and we also have a tornado watch as I do this video till 3 in the afternoon. So hopefully nothing happens. I don't believe so. It's not as windy as it was this morning. This morning was pretty windy, but it's been a wild, weird summer here in Rhode Island, in New England, with all this rain. It's kind of, it's got to go. And I got excited yesterday because yesterday on the weather map, the weather app, it said rain today. Then it said sunny all next week, and I got excited. I'm like, oh, finally, a whole week without rain. And then later in the day, there was a little bit of 40%, 50% chance of rain on Thursday, Friday, and I was like, oh, well, there you go. Can't win. Also, thank you to everyone who commented on the last video I did with the shag blend. I didn't even think about how I packed it would have an effect on it. I always forget that sometimes. In certain blends, you got to pack it either tight or looser, and I think that was probably the issue. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm curious what the second time around is. I'll pack it differently. I'll use, someone suggested using a cob for the pipe, and I'll do that. I'll use my diamond one, I think, because I really like that one. So good feedback. Thank you. I mean, this isn't bad. I wouldn't say it's something to write home about, but I mean, this is a decent park bench going up for a walk blend where you don't want to draw too much attention. Sure, you'll get a look because you're smoking a pipe, and that's a weird thing in 2023. But the smoke note itself, like, it's not strong. It's not going to carry far. People aren't going to smell this from over the way. You'd almost have to be walking by them to smell it, I think. And if you try to be sort of incognito while going on a walk or sitting on a park bench smoking a pipe, but if someone walks by and you don't want to offend them or have them give you a weird look, I mean, they're going to look at you weird anyway. You're smoking a pipe. But you won't get that, ugh, that's disgusting smoke, cigarette kind of reaction you would get. It's a pleasant experience. It's not bad. And you don't really get much of a tobacco note. Like, you don't get any of the, at some point you're smoking a pipe and you're like, oh yeah, tobacco, I think they topped it quite a bit, so it's... But I would say the Cavendish is more... I don't even know what's really in this. I know Cavendish. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Deep brown, coarse cut Cavendish with some black. Cavendish, I suppose. A very prominent buttered vanilla pouch aroma. I wouldn't say prominent. Oh, so you got black Cavendish, Burley, and Cavendish. So I would say Cavendish obviously is the forefront here, but Burley, that would explain the smokiness, I think. Oh, Jim Links, here we go. He's saying this is Mountain Pass in bulk. I've never tried that. Sugary, black, and golden Cavendish aromatic. Creamy, buttery, vanilla, custard flavor. I don't get any of that. I get Cavendish, maybe a bit sugary and sweet. So out of 50 reviews, this is a 3.1. I'd give it a 3. It's right in the middle of the road kind of thing. It's nothing special. It's nothing bad. It's worth trying out. This might appeal to some of you guys with the sweet tooth. Although I can think of, like, most of the Boswells would be sweeter than this, and probably more your thing if you're looking for an aromatic. But it's very, I feel like it's smooth. When you take the drawer, it's very smooth. It's not like the other day when I was getting that aftertaste. Nothing like that. I don't even get, like, I don't get that chemical taste. Sometimes you get, like, with aromatics or anything. This is kind of smooth. There's none of that. So it's just very even keel, if you want. I would take this on a walk. Or because I got to get back into walking and using my walking stick again and such. And this is a blend I would go to. This is one of those. There's a few. I'd probably get 3 blends maybe that I would do for that. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do a video on my favorite walking blends. Hey, nice smoke ring. Okay. I would say that's more vanilla now. Now I'm getting a little deeper in the bowl. Let's see if I can show you how deep. About halfway, right? So about right there, I'll show you about halfway. There's just a tiny, tiny bit of, like, I don't want to call it a chemical note. I'd call it like the topping note, sort of like whatever they used for that. Because it's not strong. It's not bad. The good news is I remembered how much I love this pipe. I think this was in my, the 7 pipes that I would have to keep forever. I think that this made the cut when I was thinking about it. I never did a video on it. I was always thinking about doing it, and, you know, like, there's several pipes that I would keep, like just 7 for one for each day, like the ones that I would keep, and the others I could kind of part with. Although I gotta admit, it's pretty hard to part with any pipe, because they're like my children. I love them all. They're each unique, and I like them. And it depends on what I'm doing. Like, sometimes, you know, like the church warden, I love that pipe. That's very a winter pipe for me. That's the only time I really use it. Even though, I gotta be honest, There's something great about just taking the church water and just sitting there and just turning and not doing much movement, and you just take a draw and a puff. Whereas this, you got to bring to your arm. Not that that's a problem. I'm not that lazy. Now I recommend the pipe. I'm not sure I recommend the tobacco. It's not bad. It's good. It's just, I don't know if it's something you should. I mean, if you're into aromatics, try it. If you're into vanilla and custard and that, yeah, sure. Go for it. But I'm not vanilla and custard. I'm more of a chocolate kind of guy. But the vanilla note is starting to come to the forefront a little. It's not strong. It's just, I think, a good amount. Gives you that vibe of a toasty vanilla thing going on there. I don't know what, but that's kind of where it's going. If only I was as clever and as much as a poet as Jim Links, I could make my reviews so much better, because describing what I'm having and putting it into words to all of you has always been a challenge. And sometimes I feel like I make absolutely no sense, which is probably true. But there is this creamy, toasty thing going on near the end here. So it's not bad. I just, with all the pipe tobacco that's out there, I would say this, move on to something else that intrigues you, I guess. I don't know. It'll be interesting. If I do a second time around, for those who don't know, my new subs, I typically, this is like the first video I do. It's like a first impressions, what I think. And then either a couple of days, week, month, or a while, I do another video, a review on it. Because some videos, like if you saw the other day, I'm obviously going to have to go back and review that video, that tobacco, because sometimes there's challenges. And I had some earlier in June, I think it was, or May, the end of May, where I had my allergies were driving me crazy. I tried the blends. I don't think I gave them a fair shake, and then I did a few later on, and I think I even said in one of those videos I probably have to do a third time, a fourth time around, because my allergies were so horrible at the time when I did it. So again, I'll get back to those at some point. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to chill out in the shed, watch some videos on YouTube, check things out, relax. I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I will see you probably during the middle of the week. If the temperatures aren't too hot in the shed, I'll do another video, but if not, hopefully next weekend I'll do another video. But anyway, hope you guys have a good week, and I'll take care, and I'll see you on the next video.